Republicans are crowdsourcing unemployment benefit advice because the state system is still such a mess.
Negative money, no money for food.
With vaccine choices growing, you're asking, do you have a choice as to which one you get? The governor's hard line against priority vaccinations for the homeless continues with new reasoning today. A Coloradan on Capitol Hill had even his opponents praising him for his performance today.
Presidents can't inflame insurrection in their final weeks and then walk away like nothing happened.
And a vaccine lesson learned from rural Colorado. Sometimes it just takes one woman to step up. That's next. For a lot of reasons, Colorado's unemployment system right now is an embarrassment. People are so desperate to get help from the state and are having so little luck getting it month after month, they are now turning to unofficial sources of unemployment expertise, like a growing Facebook group that's people offering amateur advice for Coloradans who cannot get through to the unemployment professionals at the state. Here's Marshall Zellinger.
From here on out, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Jody Camarillo makes the face so many are faced with. She's among the Coloradans waiting for her regular unemployment, along with those waiting for pandemic relief.
Negative money, no money for food. I took out a loan to cover my expenses in the meantime, thinking that 3 weeks would be long enough to get paid. And obviously it wasn't.
Hold on to your seats. Her $1,300 loan, if she keeps it for 6 months, will amount to her paying $6,000 in interest.
Oh no, I took out a high interest web loan. I don't know if I would have been able to get a loan through a bank.
Almost $200 payments each week.
My goal was to pay it off before the first payment was due, and then I would only have one small interest payment afterwards. They're actually very good to work with, even though they're charging you a fortune in interest.
Jody is just one example of someone struggling with a system meant for people who are struggling, which is where this Colorado Unemployment Q&A Facebook page with 7,200 members comes in.
It's a full-time job. I often log at least 8 hours a day.
Moderating this Facebook group pays Erin Joy Swank nothing. As a theater worker with on and off work, she knows her way around the unemployment system.
We're doing the communicating because CDLE isn't.
While this page can be helpful for multiple people with the same unemployment questions, a recent post required extra special attention.
I don't know how close they were coming to it, but someone said suicide was the only answer. And I personally was involved in getting that person help. They have lots of people checking in on them, and they've thanked everybody for their concern.
It's the community of the group that Erin pointed out, the small victories that may not seem like much, like simply helping someone through one step of the unemployment website.
Okay, so-and-so, did you see that pop up? Oh, no, I didn't. So she went back, I got the button, yay, thank you so much, guys. So those little things are success stories. I don't care. They may not have gotten the money yet, but they wouldn't have known exactly how to do it if they hadn't been for our group.
I have heard a lot of stories today. I talked with the Colorado Department of Labor and Employment, and they want to reiterate that they do talk to people who reach out. It may not help everybody in need. Here's a stat they told me. They've delivered 3.5 million emails to claimants since the end of last year, along with Facebook and Twitter posts and town halls with 11,000 people. CDLE tells me they're trying to talk with the people, and you can imagine, Kyle, the people who aren't getting the help or the answers through that one of the 3.5 million emails, it just doesn't satisfy them.
If we were not simultaneously in a pandemic with this first-of-a-kind vaccine rollout, what's going on with Colorado's unemployment system would be the #1 story every night, and it would be an enormous scandal.
As someone told me who works for the state, people can live without a vaccine right now. Some people cannot live without their unemployment check.
Yeah. Keep the stories coming. Keep communicating with us on them so that we can continue to shed light on this. Marshall, thank you. So wish that we had better news about people's attempts to communicate with the unemployment hotline and other resources there, but it does appear that the state has fixed the vaccine information hotline. The governor said that the wait times that we were finding, sometimes around 2 hours to talk to a live person, governor said that was unacceptable. Today,